There are no brakes on this ship. None. It weighs 200,000 tons. It's doing 16 knots. And if something appears in front of it right now, there is no pedal to push, no lever to pull, nothing. Your car doing 60 miles an hour stops in about 50 meters. This ship doing the same speed stops in 3 kilometers. That's the length of 30 football fields of open ocean, just to slow down. So what is actually happening here? And what does a captain do when something goes wrong? First, let's understand why brakes are even impossible on a ship. A brake works by creating friction. On a car, the brake pad clamps against a spinning disc. Friction converts momentum into heat, and the car slows down. Simple. Now, try to apply that logic to a ship. A ship has no wheels. It moves through water using a propeller at its stern, a giant spinning blade that pushes water backwards to drive the vessel forward. There is no disc to clamp, no surface to grip. The ship is surrounded on all sides by water, which offers almost no friction compared to a road. Water is actually what slows ships down, the viscosity of the water they float in. Take away the propulsive thrust of the engines, and a ship rapidly loses speed as drag takes over. But rapidly here is relative. For a 200,000-ton vessel at full speed, water resistance alone could take miles to bring it to a stop. So engineers had to get creative. The primary way a ship stops is by turning its own engine against itself. The captain issues what's called a full astern command. The engine, which has been driving the propeller forward, is ordered to reverse direction. The propeller blades flip their angle, and instead of pushing water backward to go forward, they now push water forward to go backward. The ship is essentially fighting itself. The direction of rotation of the engine is reversed in one go, and the distance covered by the ship before coming to a complete stop is calculated by the GPS system, recorded as the track length of the ship. Every captain knows their ship's track length. It is one of the most critical numbers in navigation. But here's the thing. This reversal cannot happen instantly. The engine is running at enormous power. The engine power supply must first be stopped, and even after fuel is cut, the propeller continues turning due to the ship's forward momentum. Compressed air is then used to physically arrest the engine before it can be restarted in reverse. The whole process takes minutes, not seconds, and during those minutes, the ship keeps moving. Let's put real numbers on this, because they are genuinely hard to believe. A fully loaded tanker at 330 meters long may need 15 times its own length to come to a complete stop. That's nearly 5 kilometers of ocean just to go from moving to still. One of the largest supertankers ever built, at 485,000 tons, would take 17 minutes and 2.7 miles to stop in an emergency. 17 minutes, 2.7 miles. That is not a typo. Captain Michael Burns of the Massachusetts Maritime Academy put it plainly. It can take up to a mile for some ships to stop, depending on circumstances. So captains must think miles ahead of the ship at all times. Miles ahead, not meters, miles. This is why maritime collisions happen even when crews see danger coming. The ship has already committed to its momentum long before the obstacle appears. Now, here's where it gets dramatic. In a genuine emergency, a ship performs what is called a crash stop. This is not a gradual slowdown. The bridge calls the engine room directly, bypasses normal procedure, and orders full astern at whatever speed the ship is currently doing. One common misconception is that a vessel must slow to below 5 knots before going astern. In reality, the captain can initiate the astern procedure even at higher speeds, though slower speeds reduce the strain on the engine during the transition. The forces involved are violent. The propeller is being asked to reverse against enormous forward momentum. The hull shudders. The water in front of the propeller churns into white foam. The stern digs in, and the ship, very slowly at first, begins to fight its own inertia. There is also another tool available, the rudder. Moving the rudder from side to side repeatedly increases drag, which alongside decreased engine power, slows the ship down considerably faster than engine reversal alone. And in the most extreme situations, the anchor. Drop an anchor at speed, and the chain bites into the seabed, adding one more force against the ship's forward motion. It is brutal on the equipment, but it works. so there are no brakes. But there is a system, and it is a remarkably engineered one. Reverse thrust from a propeller the size of a house, a rudder used as a drag device, an anchor as a last resort, and a captain who has memorized exactly how many kilometers of ocean their ship needs to stop before they even approach a port. The reason you don't hear about giant ships crashing every week is not because stopping them is easy. It's because the captains who operate them plan their stopping distance before you've even thought about the destination. If this video was right up your alley, you're going to love this next one. Subscribe for more.